Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Top Dead Center. Today, I'm going to clean and restore a Dellorto UB24BS2 Carburetor. I got this part for my Benelli 350. However, when it arrived, I found that it was missing a few components. I ordered those components through eBay, but they haven't yet arrived. But I thought, nevertheless, let's at least start with the cleanup and restoration of this carburetor. I started with taking the air filter off. It has a clip, and then it has a wire mesh inside, which was pretty dirty. Then I took off the throttle adjustment, but that's where I saw that the missing parts are, and we need to get that. I took the idle adjustment screw. It was a bit corroded. But this is a pretty simple carburetor, everything else looking fine. Hopefully the camera shows you some of the details, but I'm not sure if you can see it. Next, I took out the float bowl adjustment area. This particular carburetor has two fuel input lines, as you see. That's how the Benellis are configured. I took it out, took the wire mesh filter, and the two screws to get the float bowl out of it. There was a bit of corrosion, but it might be recoverable. We'll see. Everything else looked fine. The spring adjustment also worked fine. I took the main jets off. These are brass parts, will need a special separate cleaning session. Now that everything is out, I was planning to get all of that soaked in an ultrasonic cleaner. So I use this particular cleaning solution, which I've had good effect with. I do not make a solution for the entire ultrasonic cleaner bowl. I just put the solution in a smaller portion and fill up the rest of the ultrasonic cleaner tank with regular water. This saves a bit of solution and the cost is much lower. This is just regular water. I actually used slightly warm water so that it takes less time for it to come up to temperature, which I am setting now. You see the solution is already working, and I'm going to put this jar full of my components into the cleaner. For those using headphones, I'm going to turn the cleaner on and it's going to cause a huge sound. Sorry about that. Now that the parts are clean, I did some final inspections to it, wipe downs, etc. I also cleaned some of the portions of any corrosion and dirt that was left with a brass brush. And then I took out the carb cleaner for the brass parts, like the main jet. That was about it. It was time to reassemble everything back. I started with the main jets. Once it was tightly put in, next thing to go in was the float bowl. I've never done a Dellorto before. I've always worked with Hondas, but then there were usually 4 of them. This is much simpler with just one carburetor. It's sad thing is the book does not tell you the main jet adjustments and the numbers, so we'll see what we can figure out. So the float bowl needs to go in. And I put back cap for it. Just 2 screws on 2 sides. After those are tightened, I put the filter back, followed by the gas slides assembly. Once everything was properly tightened, I moved on to the air filter assembly. The air filter assembly I put back together. Later on, I did realize that the wire mesh was the other way around. I have off camera taken it off and fixed it, but it should not cause any issues with the functionality of the carburetor. So that's it, guys. Completely reassembled Dellorto carburetor. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you like it, please subscribe, like. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for today.